Great. The owners of this building will just have to keep paying for the electricity sucked up by this monstrosity a little longer. Let's return to the fridge. Why did you do that? Seven sets of tracks, right? The Hardy Boys were here. That's all? Interesting. Then one of them seems to be missing. Anything else out of the ordinary? I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardy Boy. The one with his front teeth missing. I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not. 200? This could be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built armored man. Maybe... Possibly, yes. Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the missing Hardy Boy. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. We are looking for a group of dock workers. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent. A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller. I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging. What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching. So far, so good. Only one thing missing. Which one is missing, do you think? I'm going to say it was our old soul. Yes, I doubt the Hardys are going to tell us who this person is. For now, it's best if we just keep our eyes open. I'm sure.
It's me.
If you think so, officer, I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I'll take it from there. Continue working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning. What do you see? Of course. I'll take... It's not going to be the easiest. Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in a nice bare fridge. This story does not leave this room. If I were an artist, this would certainly not be my vision. I would be much, much more conservative in my work. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection. I thought we decided... It'll come to you sooner or later.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Let's see if anyone's home. Let's see if it... Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best... We should return tonight after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good? Tonight at 9 p.m. Right here. Apartment number 28. Good. Let's go. That's probably the door Efrat mentioned. We still need to get...
What the fuck?
So, how'd you like our harbor? It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye. Like men of... A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. I knew this man was a commie. And it's a good thing you're doing too. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the green.
Okay, but where did you get...
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about none of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who... Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the response. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you. We're negotiating our Aye. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process. I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish. Okay, he's reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems. No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Just the way the world works, boyadero. Sure thing. Call me mañana. I'm just a... A name worthy of the man who holds his friend. Names are important. Plenty to go around. Don't get greedy and try to swipe mine, though. You got your own. And nom de guerre would be more like guerra mañana. Now that we are getting so well acquainted. Harry. It's cool. But I'm sure you could come up with something even cooler. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Are you quite sure? Hold on, man. Keep it slow and steady. Don't succumb to fate. It can take time to come up with a really good one. There's no rush to find yourself.
Looking for something, Ront? Come to tell me to fuck off again? Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me to fuck... Fuck you, I told you. Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing.
When did she go?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. So past the monument, down there. The Green Temple. Now...
A small temple by the monument. Green. This must be the one he told us about, unless he was lying. Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside. This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
What?
No, it's not shatterproof. Give me... It went better than I expected. Open it. Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least. For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation. Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable. Sandpaper, a novel technique. Yes? which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching. Now we know for certain who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation? Understood. We should still go and see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry? The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep. Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug. I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks. And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for. As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade. Yes, well... Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends. We should return to the murder case, see what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that. The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madre grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome. All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either. Debrief over. After you.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble? Still better than me, I guess. Told you there's plenty of others who'd tell on her. But is she in trouble? It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her? Damn. I always warned her to watch herself. Maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
You're back. Good. You have. Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Corruption. That's how he's done it.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself. How could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not?
Yes, your disgusting necktie agrees completely.
Of course, Until then, is there anything I can help you with? Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered? It doesn't really matter. And I do apologize for the In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask...
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our ring. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail. They were dispatched after I relayed the union...
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They're...
Who are they exactly?
Crenel, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allows some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched. Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenel contractors carry out their orders, for now. It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants. It was the Union who strung him from that tree. My hope is that you provide a single concrete suspect before Crenel indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a Hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi- and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath. Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation. Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eendracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil. Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, man?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenel. I have, and they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us. Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it. The remaining contractors, their tribunal, it's what they believe. That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be...
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him. That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe. Yes. I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil...
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also...
Then we're on the same page. As grim as it may be. If you mean, did I see him alive? Liked is a bit strong. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking. Lely, his service name, a nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one. One is a man, Corty, they call him, a nickname as well. The other a woman, Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul...
What would you say was his eye color?
I can't remember.
That's all right, ma'am. Anything else?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw.
Indeed. This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent. Oranese. Or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met... They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting. You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved. That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does it...
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel. I hope I can answer it better. Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative. It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news.
It was taken with a frigate not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars. I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size look close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels. The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be... That is precisely what the sailors feared when they drew these maps. A fear of drowning within one's own corpse. Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnes Islands, then this, Revachol. Those are the two constants, Vredefort on the shoulder and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
You said you can't read.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning. His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This... Do what you have to do, Detective. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security, but if you should wade into the mob to find out, I could...
We will be careful, ma'am.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Hello again, officer.
Is this about the question?
Right to work! Right to work! Don't think so. Fucking loincloths. Really did him in. What it means. I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what? Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers. Our boy, he's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon. At dawn, he comes upon two kips, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old. She was quite the entertainment for the week she lasted. Expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry. God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass. fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. No, I was in the domain. You bet it was. It's just nature. This guy, he used to say evil is when nature and spirit meet in the wrong place. Go ahead. All right, now. Free commerce! Free flow of commerce! Fucking wrong. How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
I guess no one is in. Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself. Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. If the Merc Tribunal happens before we solve this, we are looking at casualties. On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrart we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it. Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You two... Mm-hmm. The tenant is an old-fashioned guy. I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment. There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to them, and now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say. Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but what do you see? Detective, is everything all right? Drink. Water. Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration. What happened? You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. 10 minutes, maybe. That does sometimes happen. You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good. Really? You don't have a seat? Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on the film.
Right. What about him? Honestly, not that different from you. Oh, thank God, no. It hasn't come down to... Well? What else?
It's his cool.
I even tried throwing it away once, but... Well, what...
Gendarmerie, you found me. It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me. So tell me, are you here to make things right again? Beautiful. I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting. It does feel like the end of the week. It's so magical, the white falling against the black. Trust me, you do. That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. Besides, I've got to run. Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this? We'll talk. Just not tonight. Take care, all right?
Different, of course. His shirt. His shirt. His shirt. No, I don't know why his shirt is always unbuttoned. Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia. My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur la Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. Oh yes, my friend has a great eye for these things. He refuses to tell me where it came from. It's a mystery. I believe they called it. That's really all I can tell you about it. I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Easy, detective. No need to jump to conclusions.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting.
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez. Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities. I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. That's a giant you're describing. No, drummers? Why?
I think we can drop the drummer angle. That was my...
I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. All men, I presume. But again, I could...
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must... I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent. Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching. Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late. No, I didn't see the corpse.
It seems this wasn't a break. I think we have everything we need.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCM. The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be. The economy impacts the entire international community, which, yes, as I said before, well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution. Your employer, technically speaking, the governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part. It is the most important thing. It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining...
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread...
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stabilité works to keep inflation just below 2%. But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. A sound monetary policy is essential for... But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. It's the International Organization for Moralists. hence moralist.
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
But of course. Well, do you value freedom? Do you believe in a normal, stable world governed by...
Me? I'm a lieutenant of the RCM.
A very moralist... Martinez? No. Revachol is generally difficult. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Your full autonomy is important, I agree. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many, because a great percentage of... Whatever you wish, officer. Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters. Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more... that it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since. EPIS is a very special program developed by the moral intern to support. It was such a wild success. Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the moral intern has. It's been such a wild, extraordinary success thus far. We're a supranational political alliance. You mean Revachol? No, it's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure. No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the... But we were talking about my friend here, not politics. How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Isola? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Au contraire, it's how millions of people end up where they are. Sorry, who? But I told you, officer, he's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine art. He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking. I'm just enjoying the view. Listen. No, listen. The Insulindian Bay. This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away. My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. I'm all ears, officer. A moment. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave. It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. Of course.
It'll come to you sooner or later. It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then. It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then. It'll come to you sooner or later. Abrasion collar. Good, good. A bullet. A non-caliber. Rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact. No, you deserve it. We can log it later. We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion collar. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound? Opinion, fatal injury. And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion? Non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment. Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging. Even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead. I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here, as we did, full-heartedly. That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier. Yes, we should take a closer look at... To hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here? Oh, you really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself. Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything. I'll leave that choice to you.
I like it a lot, brother. This Oh yes, Kobo. Just a small gulp away. Come back later.
All right. I will need a little help carrying him. You...
Oh, hello, dear. Of course, dear. Is there the gnome of Jeroma? Oh, yes. None of its victims survived. Grieving relatives never even found their body. It was, reportedly, a small creature with webbed fingers and a protruding forehead and an ungainly little thing. Quite scary to look at. A couple of campers found it when it was already dying. They heard an odd wailing in the woods and followed the sound. They were scared. It still took the gnome of Jeroma an entire day to die. Alas, no. And the first scientist who got his hands on the creature's corpse put it in a jar of formaldehyde, thinking that would detoxify the gnome's venom. Instead, all the venom leaked out of the creature's teeth and into the surrounding liquid, dissolving the creature itself. A poetic end, perhaps, but a real... Yes, it's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus. Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back. Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids, which is to say the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor and that evolved parallel to our own, just like your partners. I didn't mean to imply that Saolites are in any way inferior to us. In some ways, they are superior. Every species has its advantages. The kind green ape, too, is in some ways superior to us. Such kindness as it is demonstrated is not granted. Kindness may not. What an interesting question. The col de Mama d'Aqua, or thin whisper of sound. And that's precisely what it seems to be. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. It's very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly like nothing. It's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window and you would... Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be... It's not. Don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the day. Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination, the scientists soon discovered. They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the col de Mama d'Aqua. They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Sequester, Time, Joscan, those are but some of the Mama d'Aqua they followed. That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were they tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, after that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to... What about what? I'm glad you like them, but I'm not really one to tell you about all of them. You should ask my...
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. It's not strange, it's inconvenient. Who told you that? Fine, yeah, it looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know, so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
I've got nothing to say to you.
I would really prefer not to talk. I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you? Do you now? Okay, fine. Let's talk. What did you want? What, precinct?
Fucking deranged lunatic.
I don't know what...
Don't say anything, Judith.
I'm just looking out for...
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
Yes. A policewoman who just wants to do her job.
Oh, hello, dear.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad. Not bad at all. What brings admiring the atmosphere? What about you, officer? Convenient. But what are you doing here? Talking to me? Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. Why shouldn't he? What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. He sounded definitely Oranese. Sure. Anything else on your mind? You did? And how did you like him? Ah, shoot. Why not? A visitor from the first world. He's not like you and me, gendarme. To his opportunities in Occident, Sur la Clé. Still. His coming and going bring... Or is it just money? I don't know. Friends, I told you. Sunday friends. That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. What about you can keep it? I don't mind. I can appreciate beauty when I see it. Is it now? Well, enjoy it. The homosexual underground? Why, yes I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate? Oh, it's a pleasure group. A Sabroso pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night. Or Thursday night. Sometimes the congregating doesn't even end. It carries on into our daily life. Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning, the last things people in Revachol have to hold on to, the true symbols of security. The meaning of everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore. Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature. Very esoteric. You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look. Absolutely wonderful. Bye-bye, gendarme.